I do modeling for local businesses, Black-owned businesses in Northern California. Shout out to Generation Ave. And yeah, I've been doing spoken word since December 2009 too. And I'm an activist as well. I actually do activism and pertaining to deconstructing patriarchy or like toxic masculinity. I was in the prison system teaching men ages 18 to 61 about like what it means to be a man. So, or like, just not being toxic. So yeah.
Definitely. So, Ill Boy, I ain't forgot about you, bro. You over here sitting, up here bobbing their head, listening to the music. Come on up to this mic, man. So a little bit about Ill Boy, so you'll know, Chris. Ill Boy, tell everybody, what is it that you do out here in these streets, man?
Hip hop artist out the Midwest. I'm a rapper. Got a lot of music out. Been doing a lot of different things, and just been out here politicking and networking.
This is that guy.
Your last show was off the chain.
Oh, yeah, this is that guy.
We had a good time, and shout out to Firebar for putting on for the culture, letting us, just do these hip hop showcases and do our thing for real. So
love it, the fact that Firebar do hip hop shows. Y'all just don't know the heat that some of us as bar owners we get in regards to hip hop artists. What people don't understand is not the music that turn people up; it's the ignorance of people that decide to come out and show out. At the place.
It's been a vibe, people say, when they've been coming to my show, and it's nice to show the bar owner. We did 2 showcases there.
Yes.
Everybody went home safe. Everybody,
yes,
had a good time. So we're just trying to keep that same vibe, up there. So
definitely. Now you got some heat coming out of these streets, man. You don't want to tell nobody, do you? Don't tell nobody. You don't want them to know. Or you can spill it on Soulful Discussions. Period. I'm open for it.
Man, that's what I did when we ain't gonna talk about that.
what's that?
Man, you supposed to did a joint together. I ain't gonna talk about that though.
Man, I hit his phone up. I'm like, man, let's link up. When you want to link up?
You know what it is.
What'd he do?
We ain't gonna link up. And I definitely got some fire coming. And
yes.
I'll just say it's been a hell of a process trying to get this record situated just because of the magnitude of the big name feature, the loops that the distribution companies making me go through.
Yes.
For me to have the approval. So, and just being meticulous with the record. I was this close to having it ready. Then I heard a line on there, and I'm like, that wasn't cohesive. I gotta go change it. So
you got to, yeah. Man,
it's been like a month. I've been trying to put this out, but
yeah.
When it comes, I'm just gonna hit y'all with it, and
y'all better catch it.
Everybody gonna talk wow.
Let's talk about some of your past singles or projects of some of the artists that you work with. Some of the big names, drop them.
Well, I got the latest record out right now with Ritz. He's a charting Billboard artist. He worked with Tech Nine. Previously, before that, I dropped a project called GMB. Had a little flip on there, Young Buck. It was just a whole 8-track EP of just OGs from the game, and just an opportunity to really build my resume. So I couldn't turn down the opportunity to do no records.
Definitely. What I love about Ill Boy, Chris, just so you know, is like he's really strategic about putting his music out there and making sure. So what I would tell everybody, go out there and search Ill Boy. And when you search Ill Boy, you Google this man, you're going to see everything that he offers to the land. And so he's not just talking about, hey, I'm Ill Boy, I've done this. You can research him and baby, it's there. So shout out to you for just creating a consistent message so everybody know exactly who you are, because some artists can't do that.
Man, I appreciate it. It's a lot of hard work, and you need to hear those little pats on your back sometimes. You don't know how close you want to give up, or, you're unsure of yourself. So tell me about it. Definitely appreciate it.
Definitely. So, Chris, now let's talk about your book that you got, man. So tell us about your latest book that you just dropped.
Yeah. First off, shout out to Ill Boy. Yo, keep going, bro. Keep going. Yeah, so the latest book that just came out is called Culture Shock, and it's through a small poetry press in Monterey, California. It's like on the Central Coast, like right below like San Francisco, like 2 hours south of San Francisco. And Yeah, and I had I think 100 like pressed out and sold out like that very first week I was on tour. It was like it was pretty cool. And yeah, it's just about like a ton of different cultural references I'll be making about what's going on in the state of America, what's going on with me as a black man and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. My other books, my first two books are like more conceptual. The previous one is called Something About September, and it's a book of short stories about like my college experiences and whatnot. Um, and just being a black man in a PWI, a predominantly white institution. So, and then the one before that, it's called Born in the World of, and that's more of like a broader scope of navigating the world as a black man. So, yeah, this next one that I'm working on is called Defy All Odds, and the idea of it is just really giving the reader like what's going through my head during certain situations of encountering racism or encountering like homophobia or different things to that extent. So yeah, and it's just a brutally honest view of my life. And that's something I always aim to do in any artistic form that I present. So
that's what's up. Let me ask y'all a question. I got 3 black men right here.
yeah.
How do y'all get through it? Like, how do y'all get through life knowing that today or tomorrow y'all can walk out there and the police will look at you guys different, or just the weight on the shoulders? How do you guys still maintain when it seems like the weight is on your shoulders in regards and you're at a disadvantage? So I'm gonna start out with you.
It's tough. I would just say just leaning on my faith and how I was raised, and just know that I got a family to come home to, and I got 2 little ones and a wife looking forward to me coming home and you know doing that daddy thing. So if you try to stop me from coming home to do that, then it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? But I think just people think black people, I feel like, are very aggressive, and I know at times we can be, but for me, as I just continue to grow in life, just having more patience, just having a little bit more humility, just a little bit more compassion, and I think it could go a long way, and just stopping and thinking for a minute.
Yeah.
React, and it's hard, it's tough, because people push buttons, people do different things to you, so that's what I say. Just having some humility in your heart, some patience in your heart, and understanding, and you might see some more days out here.
Definitely. What about you, Black Baby Rich?
Man,
how do you survive in this world that seems like they're against black folks or black men, or it's harder for black men?
Well, number one,
you okay over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, number one trait I feel like they can't take from you is education.
Okay.
So to be able to educate yourself on the law, where you are, and concerning the things that you do is important. So knowing the law is number one. I'm not saying it's going to protect you, but it may insulate you from some of the unfairnesses that you come across. Also, I would say create a routine of success.
I can hear you.
I would say create a routine of success. As human beings, we're generally creatures of habit. So you want to create a habit of success, routine of success. And I don't generally find myself on a daily basis when I'm pursuing my potential, my passions every day. I don't generally find myself out of position to be too far to the left or right where I wouldn't belong. So I kind of create my grooves in life by being where I belong and trying to stay where I belong, and the routines where I belong. I'm not saying that, again, you're not guaranteed safety anywhere, but I will try to create habits that keep me where I need to be, being productive, and it's less likely for you to run into some of these situations. And thirdly, of course, again, like your boy alluded to, being in touch with your faith and whatever keeps you centered spiritually, because ultimately we are at the mercy of the universe as just existing out here. So any cop having a bad day can decide that you're the car he's going to do it to tonight. So, you know, it could be anybody in that car once he taps on your window.
Yeah.
Oh, he just decided you're the one tonight, and he had a bad night,
Yeah.
and that could be your night. So ultimately, there really is no true safeguard. But I would say just as a vernacular, stay out the way. Um, but even more specifically than that, stay in your way. Stay on your way. You know, stay doing what you need to be doing. Occupy yourself with productive time.
Definitely.
I think that keeps you out of the way now.
Definitely. What about you, Chris?
So for me, something that I think about constantly is that, you know, all this can't be for nothing. You know, uh 2020, my brother died. Rest in peace, Evan. And
Sorry about that. I'll spread those.
thank you. And along with losing my brother and again enduring like all these different traumatic events, um, and then my father's sick, like I just had to keep going. I got a family to, you know, cater to. Like I want to move us out where we're at right now. I want like my last days, my father's last days to be comfortable. I want my mother to like stop working. I want my sister to stop stressing out. And also too, I want for myself to get to a place of self-love, because like in 2020, I actually caught COVID, and I actually died and came back. Third day in the hospital. I went out and all I saw was pink, white, and blue lights. I thought I saw God for the first time. And I don't know how long I was out and then came back. And so with that experience, that really just taught me like, yo, you got to keep going. Like you have a purpose. So as many times as I always struggle with my mental health or idolizing self-harm, because I've been through it this year, definitely. Like with all the things that I've been blessed with that God like bestowed upon me with touring and like books and then my music and everything, God is just showing me there's so much more to do. There's so much more to give. And recently I got hired to teach at two high schools, like two like spoken word, like as a spoken word instructor. And the things that I'm hearing in these classes, like these kids are talking about harming themselves. These are ninth graders, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids, you know? And like, yo, the kids aren't all right. The kids aren't good. And we need more role models. And I'm not saying I'm the best role model, but I'm a try my damn hardest, you know? And
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what that's those are things to keep me going.
Definitely. Well, I would tell you this thing, is of course, look at Black Baby Rich. I see you, Black Baby Rich. In life, well, you know, it's definitely tough out there. So I definitely got to give a shout out to all our Black males out here that's working hard to just do whatever it takes to take care of their family. And then pushing through the storms. And I think like what we also got to do is just make sure we support y'all even more. So I always say behind every good man, whether they black, white, blue, purple, or whatever, or pink, is always an amazing person. And I would say person, it doesn't matter who it is that pushes you to come home. And so, boy, it's your kids, it's my son. You know what I'm saying? It's my son. I never want to ever have my son to say, where's mom? Eventually, it's going to come a day in which I'm going to pass. But at least he knows that mama's loved him and I've been there every step of the way. And I think now we realize that coming home is something more important than being out there in these streets. So it's underrated because we know for a fact that we out here in these streets is we're more option not come home. So so with that said, y'all, you continue to do what you do and how you do it, and that's the important piece. Now, Chris, what you got going on, man? I heard you got something going on in these streets that's coming up really soon.
Yeah, the deluxe version, the Misadventures of Chris Siders Legacy Edition, coming out Friday. And it's called the Legacy Edition because legacy is everything. You want to have that legacy for people to follow, like a blueprint, and create that impact. So that's all I'm about, legacy and impact. So
let me ask you a music question, Chris. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How was it different for you making music, creating the creative process, making music as a solo artist as opposed to being a part of a music collective?
So for myself and my experience, it's been a faster process, but a little bit more difficult. So when I was part of a collective, we started in high school and we started off with 7 people, and then it grew to 12 to 15 people, and then over the years it dwindled down because people had other things to do. People wasn't taking it seriously, and then when we broke up last year, we was just down to 3. And at that time, I was mainly just a DJ and producer. I rapped here and there, and of course, I did my spoken word thing. Um, and I had to wear so many hats because a lot of people didn't want to take up the reins or didn't know how to take up the reins on certain things. So engineering, for example, while I produced the record, I had to engineer, and I would stay up all night like engineering the song, and I would have to chase the people that I'm working with down like to 2-minute song.
Mm-hmm.
Like for like a week or two. And I'm like, yo, that's ridiculous. That's really ridiculous.
Yeah.
So for what I found is that, yeah, it's a faster process as a solo artist, but it's a little bit more difficult because like now all the ideas is coming from yourself. You don't have people around you like that. Unless like around people that you sincerely trust, which is rare in the music industry, that you could talk about like, all right, I want to make this album concept or this song concept, X, Y, and Z. So far that's been my experience. And yeah.
I got one more for you, man. What do you enjoy more? Making the music or performing the music?
Ooh, yeah. That's a great question. I would say performing it because I just had a crazy show in November, and like we was moshing and everything. I had the crowd going, and like, yeah. And yo, I just gotta say this for the record. I am one of them rappers that would definitely rap with no backing track. No backing track. Stop doing that.
Talk about it.
So like, yeah, so it's hella fun. It's hella fun. I say performing more than making the music.
What about you, boy?
Performing.
Performing.
Especially when you get the crowd going, when they give you that energy, just make you want to be that much better performer and put on the show. So most
definitely say the same thing. I enjoy performing. Like, I think you can tell that, right? I perform. When I perform, I'm just out there. I'm singing with everybody. I'm like, sing with me, y'all. I feel like I'm R. Kelly or somebody. Shoot. Shaka Khan. I am truly live music. I hate recording. I don't know what it is because as a singer, you got to hit every word right. As a rapper, y'all can rap through that thing and do the whole thing. But we got to hit every high note, that real note has to be right. Because if it ain't right, y'all gonna definitely say, word.
Right, all 3 times.
All 3 times, every time. And so I definitely like performing. What about you, Black Baby Rich?
I'm gonna take the unpopular route. I actually like to make it. I'm a scientist.
Right.
I just like to create. I like to experiment. I like to push myself creatively. To see what I can do and that I haven't done, or what I can improve on that I have done. I'm a chemist, so I like to cook up. Performing is cool. It's the best byproduct. Like after I cook something, I want everybody to eat it. I'm gonna eat the whole plate of the pan of lasagna.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could love cooking, but of course the next thing is I want to feed folk.
Well, you can definitely tell that because you're truly a songwriter.
Right.
You're truly a creator of the arts, and so of music, and like in the fact that you can you're so versatile in regards to music. I mean, you can do singing, songwriting, you can do rap. If you want to do country, I think you'll push the envelope for that. Definitely. So just understanding, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that.
It's not popular with artists. Nobody really says that. It's like, man, the boring part done. So you can perform.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, man, let's go perform this shit that took me a year to write.
Right.
Or what have you. So, yeah.
I think when you think about music too, music is timeless. Like something you can put out 3 years from now. You can probably put that, you done wrote 3 years from now, you can bring it out. So you think about some of the songs that Beyonce wrote or have done. She's like, man, I thought about this song 3 years ago. And then at this point in time, I decided to put this out. And so with music being timeless, if it's all about the right timing to put it out, and then, some people will say, I pushed this in the beginning and then I came back and repushed it because I felt like that was just it. It was the time for that. And I think this is going to go. And so with music being timeless, it's I always say the universal language of love. It can come at any time.
Yo, see, with that, okay. Let's think about, all right, in that context, the Kendrick record, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Because I think he had like most of that done in like 2020 or 2021. Like, what if that actually dropped the height of the pandemic with N95 and Worldwide Steppers and a lot of these different like topics, like, how do you think the world will receive the music back at that time?
Yeah. It would definitely be different. It definitely would be different.
Timing is everything.
Timing is everything. And then you don't know when to choose the right time. And so I know for these artists out here in these streets, I'm gonna give y'all some words of wisdom. You already know December is the time in which y'all should be out here in these streets making music. Behind the scene, get ready to push the envelope for January. So make sure you go ahead and start writing, y'all. Hit Black Baby Rich up. You already know I'm a storm your way, ill boy. Like hit ill boy up with the marketing event. And then also, what you got going on, you're producers too. You already know, hit Chris Siders up. Chris, where they can find you at, man?
Oh, I got my own website, chrissiders.com. Keep it simple. On Instagram at the THE Chris Siders, all as one word on Instagram. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, all your streaming platforms. Again, The Misadventures of Chris Siders, Legacy Edition, this Friday. Giving y'all more stories, more brutally honest stories. That's what I'm about. Again, legacy and impact is everything. So yeah.
Legacy.
That's what's up, Chris. Well, thank you so much for being on Soulful Discussions. I really appreciate you, man. And I want you to make sure you have a wonderful night. Make sure you tell them again where they can find you. One more time.
chrissiders.com. And on Instagram at the THE Chris Siders, all that word on Instagram. And yeah, I'm still booking for the tour. Pack out my schedule. Let's get it going. I'm always down to work, collaborations and performances and all. So much love to y'all. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, man. And then all you got to do is, I know you like, where is that? Of course, there's always some technical difficulties. We're actually live right now on YouTube. And so if you was to go to Tina Renee Singer and see us up on YouTube, man, we live right now and everybody can see you out here in these streets. So that's what's up, man. You have a wonderful night, okay?
Thank you. Y'all too. Much love.
That's what's up, man. See you later.
See y'all later.
What about you, man? Ill boy, where they can find you at, man?
www.illboy.com.
That's what's up, man. Black Baby Rich, what about you, baby?
Hey, man, blackbabyrich.com, the official Black Baby Rich official YouTube, and Black Baby Rich 815 on Instagram.
Definitely, you already know it's your girl Tina Renee. You can find me on all social media sites each and every day, every second of the day at TinaReneeSinger.com. On all social media sites, you can find me at Tina Renee Singer. You already know it's going down on Wednesday. We also got the cipher, King's version of the cipher that's taking place inside of here on Wednesday. We got Ill Boy in the building right now because he's gonna shoot his part before the cipher. And let everybody know that he here and he ready. So with that said, y'all will tune in. Y'all will see y'all on Wednesday. And that's what's up. Love y'all. Peace, love, and soul.
Man, Wednesday at 7, man. Where you gonna be at, man? Smack.
Right.